everyone, welcome to the Comics Corner. I am Mike, here with Johnny.
I didn't think I was that bad to be with, but okay.
And we are here talking about the Immortal Hulk, trade paperback volume 2, which collects issues 6 through 10. Johnny?
Yeah, no, I'm still reeling from your opening. You just give me a minute there.
You gotta give it short but sweet.
You know, how about I brought my own quote?
Yeah.
A remarkably fresh take.
So, normally...
Exceptional.
Johnny, you've been here from the start. Normally I take a quote from...
Horror fanatics need this in their life like they need Clive Barker, John Carpenter, and Stephen King. This is the real deal. I don't know who Clive Barker is.
Oh, Johnny, don't say that.
Who's Clive Barker?
You know, he's Clive. Yeah, we're gonna get a live, what do you think he's done? No, don't look at it.
Oh, that Clive Barker.
Not Mrs.
Anyways, to get back on track, Mike.
Yeah.
This week we read the Immortal Hulk trade paperback volume 2 titled The Green Door, which contains the Immortal Hulk 2018 issues 6 through 10, written by Al Ewing.
Art by Joe Bennett, but also others.
And cover art by Alex Ross.
None other.
So it opens up with this this page here, which is just it's just a bookend page. It actually has nothing to do with the story. So that's how this opens. It's an interesting approach, but I like it.
An interesting take by Mr. Bennett.
How did you get to work today?
I drove.
Yourself?
Yes, yeah, this time, yeah. How about yourself, Johnny?
No, I got picked up.
Oh.
You picked me up.
Oh, that's right, yeah, you were. Picked up. Johnny, you were in the trunk when I got there. But...
Right, but we arrived at the same time.
That's fair, yeah.
And we arrived to the same conclusion, that Al Ewing knows how to write an Immortal Hulk book.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he might just know how to write a Hulk book straight out. It doesn't even have to be the Immortal one. But in this case, it is. Did someone just snicker?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, I really like this book a lot. I would give it a... Man, does it get a 10 out of 10? Here's the thing why I'm surprised, because I'm trying to think of a reason to not to, and I'm not thinking of one. I think I like this better than the first book.
I don't know how I feel about the Alpha Flight, folks, but maybe that's just me.
You mean Gamma Flight?
Yes.
You didn't read.
Griffin disbanded.
Pulls a quote from the frickin'...
What's up, Griffin?
Hi, Griffin.
Griffin, how do you feel about the Hulk?
Yeah.
Especially the Immortal Hulk, if you've read any of it. But we are talking about Immortal Hulk, Volume 2, Issues 6 through 10, so still the early stuff. I know we've got a long ways to go to catch up to the, 43 that came out last week.
Don't think we have that long to go. These are pretty quick read, and they're bumping them out, dude. I was just looking that hardcover 4 is already solicited, which covers up to issue 40. So
yeah, I know they're catching up. We've got to do the same. So this one was suggested by a viewer last week. Hopefully Alex comes on by so I could pick his brain on it. But yeah, at the moment we were giving it high marks. Great writing, great art. I like the Joe Bennett stuff. Although there's a few pages or panels that have different artists too, which is always cool.
You know, I was thinking they did that in the first book, and they do that with a lot of purpose, though. Which that, even if I don't dig the art, I like the new Star Wars comic series. The one that's taking place between Empire and Return of the Jedi. Is that the one you're?
High Republic?
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about Star Wars. He might be talking about High Republic, but I was referring to the just Star Wars title.
Yeah.
Probably congruent with the Darth Vader. Can you believe how fluidly and appropriately I just used the word congruent in a sentence? We could have just gone on with the conversation as if it was normal, but I had to draw attention to it.
No, credit where credit's due. It was immaculate congruency.
I don't think that made sense.
I don't know if
Not sure what the word means, to be honest.
Skywalker Strikes One. Okay.
The trade paperback, then I believe that would actually be the trade paperback of the first Star Wars series from 2015, which covers the first 6 issues. It should be issues 1 through 6.
Right? So I thought it's this current one from 2020.
Let's find out. I like doing this.
Yeah, we're battling for Griffin's love here right now.
No, he loves me already.
Yeah, he says the new car. Yeah, I know that the new Star Wars one, and then obviously the Darth Vader stuff. We had a guy come in just today and bought up like one of every Darth Vader trade that we had. Like we had the 2016 series, Vader Down, and then like the most recent 2019, 20, whenever that one started up again. Yeah, I mean Star Wars stuff obviously hot now with post Mandalorian, and it's only getting more interest and intrigue in the comic world because of High Republic. Like that one has been.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
There are a lot of Star Wars trade paperbacks to navigate through. Holy cannoli. I think I'm right, though, Mike. I'm not going to lie. I think that you're wrong.
Yeah, that's probably not the case, but we'll figure it out. Skywalker Strikes Volume 1?
No, I'm telling you, that's the title of the first trade paperback. It's issues 1 through 6 of the 2015 series.
Okay.
Yeah, that takes place between episode 4 and 5.
Okay.
Man, I'm trying to...
A New Hope, 0.5?
Marvel! Yeah, actually. He thinks he's being funny, but he's just being truthful and proving my point more.
Yeah, Bernie, I know we're at the microphones are new, so we're still kind of trying to figure out the best way to combat that. But
why is this?
Thanks for bearing with us.
Hard to find.
Bernie Mac, who is your favorite Hulk / Star Wars? Covers Luke. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could picture it. I thought that was the
Yeah, that's the one. You're all telling me I'm right. And it's the trade. It's got 6 issues in it, right, Griffin? 6 issues, 1 through 6. On the back, in the lower left corner, it should say Star Wars parentheses 2016 1-6.
Johnny, this trade paperback that we're looking at here had 5 issues, 6 through 10.
I know, but we need you to know how wrong you are.
Who do we yell at for that?
Boom, baby! Boom! Who knows everything about trade paperbacks? It's me. Everybody's got a specialty. That's mine. You know what yours is? I can't say it on a stream because it's too vulgar. But trust me, it's awesome.
Trust him.
It's almost as awesome as this book. Yeah, I'm going to go with, I was definitely right with the Griffin thing, and I'm definitely going to give this at least a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm definitely up in that 8 and 9 range as well because I mentioned it last time too. Like when we first read Volume 1, I just liked it so much that I just kept going with it, and I read up to issues, I think 15, just in that same span. Because I'm like, yep, this is actually pretty solid. It's like one of the first like current books that actually held my interest and wanted me to keep reading more. And that's also one of the benefits and kind of why I'm usually down with letting a series go for a bit before we hop onto it, because then we could just straight binge on it like that, which is always fun.
What else I wish I could have binged on?
WandaVision?
Yep, that was the answer. That is the actual answer.
That's what we've been talking about all day.
I'm so obsessed that I'm just Alan. Every time, dog. Alan, every time I come to work, somehow there's something else. I'm like, I've got to own that.
But Johnny, you're talking about last episode where we talked about this.
Was that last week? I think that was 2 ago. Was that last week?
That was last week.
No.
Yeah. What would have been before this?
That was last week?
Yeah. Time flies, man, when you're having WandaVision.
I guess so. Yeah, I gotta keep going.
We were talking about episode 4 was the newest one until then, because since then episode 5 came out. So.
Yeah, you're right. Stayed up till 2 in the morning.
Yeah, no worries, Griffin. No spoilers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Glad I saw that. No, I don't want to say any spoilers. Yeah. Hey, Nick. Bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick.
Nick's leaving. It's one of our good pals here at Pastimes.
One of many.
He actually has been the biggest proponent of Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, I've been following it since the beginning.
Yeah, so he definitely gets the most credibility with his opinion because he's been on it since before we were.
And he says 4 out of 10. Didn't like it.
What?
Got all the hardcovers, but just not for him.
Nick?
Yep. Yeah, Griffin says thanks. I'm gonna catch up this weekend. Yeah, it's
No, he did not give this a 4.
Because issue 6 is gonna, episode 6 is gonna be coming out.
Give this a 4 out of 10. Are you serious? Focus on me. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, and good thing you missed last one, Griffin, because we had some spoilers about the series, because we had some theories and ideas. Curious what you think when you catch up with that.
Griffin,
also, what's up, Pokemon
when you say
fan?
you're on episode 2, does that mean you've watched episode 2, or you have only watched the first one?
I assume episode 2, because those two came out the first.
So
the first
yeah,
week.
I'm gonna wait till he responds because I want to ask him a question about episode 2 if he in fact did watch it.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for coming on by Pokemon Fam. Yeah, I remember you from Monday. Quick teaser.
I don't. I'm questioning whether or not you were really here on Monday.
Pokemon Fam, we're gonna be cracking this bad boy open on stream on Monday. I went out and I got because I'm an adult. I went to McDonald's to get a Happy Meal.
We went to two McDonald's and we all know it. You told us.
Well, I'll tell that story on Monday. But and I got us here one of the Pokemon promo packs that comes with a Happy Meal for children. And we're gonna crack that open and see what we get. It says halfway through. I only have Disney Plus.
Definitely glad I didn't ask you the question I was going to ask then. Okay, so you liked episode 1, I assume. I don't know, what'd you think about it, man? We all got theories, but share what you can with what your theory is so far. Have you read?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your exposure to Wanda or Vision beforehand?
I read Avengers Disassembled today actually, and it was phenomenal. Did you read that? We should read it, man. It was really good.
I'm always open.
Do you want to read it for next week?
Yeah, and we could put a pin in that for now, see what anybody else says. But I mean, yeah, tentatively, I'm definitely down for it.
It definitely applies to WandaVision.
Exactly, which is what we've been doing recently too. That's why
I've been trying to do all the research before the 9th episode.
Because we read the Tom King Vision miniseries.
Oh yeah, I forgot we read that. Yeah.
And then we read half of this one. Well, not even half.
No,
I mean,
the first.
Yeah.
1982,
4-part miniseries. Yeah.
Or 1 through 4. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Which gave us a lot of backstory, which was very, very.
I'm actually really surprised how much I liked it. Did you like it a lot?
Yes, that does make a lot of sense, Griffin. We'll see how that pans out. He says, I think Wanda's creating some sort of reality inside the one, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would concur with that theory, and let's see if we are right. But you have to keep coming back because it's probably like the most exciting thing to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. I
love it.
Sorry, Hulk. As much as we love Hulk, the fact that WandaVision is going on right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, this isn't too deep. I mean, I'm sure it won't take us terribly long to. If people are engaging about something comic related, I'd rather
definitely. I
talk about
agree.
that.
Yeah, I mean, like that's one of the fun things. Like honestly, like I'm usually not one that follows current TV as it's coming out, but like WandaVision was actually kind of a reason to. I mean, like even working here and all that aside, like even without like people to talk about it, it's just been fun to kind of keep up with. And I know that we're kind of on opposite ends of this, whereas like I've been not even purposely, but I just haven't really watched any of or like seen any articles about like deeper meanings, speculation, all that stuff. Whereas I know that you like to deep dive on a lot of that stuff. So,
what's been hard for me with that though is I'm actually very actively trying to avoid real spoilers. I want to see everybody's theories,
definitely,
but not actual leaks. So it's been a little hard to navigate because, like, I accidentally saw one thing before it aired, and it ended up being right. So I was slightly not surprised when something happened. But for the most part, I've been able to just get opinions.
Yeah. Griffin says that. Yeah, he's watched some stuff on episode 1. But yeah, careful about watching other things to give away spoilers. Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Is like that's why I kind of try to lie low because I know that there are some ways to get like legitimate spoilers because of like this person appeared on set or like they're in the credits or things like that. Whereas like I'm kind of with Giant too, where like I prefer just like chatting with random people about like, hey, what do you think this meant? Or like, what do you think is going to happen? Not like, I kind of know what's going to happen because some like IMDb like credits leak or things like that, and that's not really that fun. So
right, and to comment on what you were saying about like following a show, the last show I did that with, and I will admit I held on to it so much longer than I should have because I just liked being a part of something.
Yeah, that's
was The Walking Dead, man. I mean,
yeah,
like but even while I was watching it, I was able to admit which episodes were really good and which ones were garbage because there was a point where like the episodes that were good were phenomenal, but it would be like 1 out of every 5 episodes, and the other 4 were like unwatchable. Yeah. So it was a bad ratio. So this has been much better to be a part of something that's enjoyable.
I mean, maybe
every time.
Maybe it's me, but I feel like it's probably me. But I feel like that's kind of indicative with even with like comics too of if a TV show is kind of has a set amount of episodes and they're not just kind of like an ongoing one where it's just kind of like a little meandering, like they have like this self-contained story that they want to tell and then they hit those beats and then it's like, all right, that's it, like we did what we wanted to do, not just kind of like a show that kind of drags. I mean, and obviously, Walking Dead didn't like necessarily drag on. It was following.
Yes, it did.
Well,
no,
yes,
that was its problem. That's it.
Exactly.
They were trying to fill 16 episodes with 4 episodes worth of material.
Yeah, like that's the problem.
You just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, so like, WandaVision has like a more succinct story that it's trying to tell, and
Well, I actually kind of came to this conclusion with the original Marvel Netflix shows like Daredevil and stuff, that I actually think that's the best format for cinema.
Yeah.
Because it's longer than, it's like a longer movie, but it doesn't have the drag of like, oh, it's a 4-hour movie because of the way it's broken up, and there's enough time to build characters and worlds and actually develop things. But like you just said, it's not this 30-episode season of like endless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like
meandering.
I mean, same with like to some degree.
Like the news. Like the news is on every night. It's a new episode every night.
Get it over with. It's just like
I want a new season, okay?
Wow, a new president. Okay, so we're doing this again. I feel like we just did that like 4 years.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Come on. Been there, done that.
No, yeah, like to some degree, like with like Mandalorian too, of like smaller series, but like a story that they wanted to tell, and that's just kind of a lot of fluff stuff. Like WandaVision so far, like as again without spoilers.
Ignorant chick getting fired because she's ignorant. Did you see that?
Yeah. I didn't see what exactly she tweeted, but I saw like stuff around it. But, yeah,
man. I was pretty content with the fact that fired her after I saw what she said.
Yeah, I mean, I know that like I feel like that was a long time coming because of earlier stuff for her.
Yeah, that's when I started reading. I found out that she had kind of a history of that.
Yeah, but I didn't see like the stuff that like broke the camel's back, but I knew that it was there. But yeah, I mean that's curious to see how they're gonna write her out of there.
Not some good. It was bad. I'm just only commenting on it. It was bad. So,
it wasn't bad, Johnny.
Yeah, the Immortal Hulk, it was definitely a 9 or 10 out of 10. Wait, what's up with that Nick ranking? You said, were you just joking? Just tell me. I can't deal with when you're being... I just need to know. Does he not like it anymore, or were you joking?
He just hate reads it now. No, yeah, I think Nick loves it. I don't know about loves it. I mean, he keeps buying the hardcovers, so clearly...
But did he say he gave this a 4 out of 10?
We're going to have to wait. Nick, can we get Nick back on here?
Dude, sometimes I love Mike.
Only sometimes.
And other times,
90% of the time,
less.
It's hate. No, I was just razzing. He didn't say anything.
No, he's been pretty on with that. Does he get the singles, or does he just wait for the hardcovers?
I think he just waits for the hardcovers, which
smarter move.
I know that's definitely our wheelhouse too.
So, basically the first episode or first issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that WandaVision mode. It's him kind of recapping how like he really can't die like no matter what, but when he the Bruce Banner died. Bruce Banner's dead essentially, but it's just that every time the sun goes down, the Hulk comes back out. And if you don't remember from the first 5 issues, like that's the thing with this is when it's not so much his anger calls on the Hulk.
No, it's
that when the sun goes down, he turns into the Hulk.
Yeah, it's a werewolf style stuff. But
the
Hulk is always kind of omnipresent though too. Like even in the beginning here, like we see him in like reflections in a mirror. He's kind of always just on the periphery, waiting to like break out. Hence him like punching like cracking in this mirror in this glass.
I like that symbolism. But then he's also seeing his father in his reflections because there's something weird going on with that they haven't fully explained. They're unraveling that onion, as it were. You ever realize that onions are much like ogres in the fact that they both have layers? We work at a magic store, so I figured you should know a thing or two about ogres.
I know about ogres. I know about
Pretty sure ogres are magical. Wait, I have an actual question.
Uh-huh.
Are ogres a part of magic, or am I just talking shit?
I mean, are you talking about MTG parentheses TM magic, or are we talking about just like
not magic like how do you do that? That was
exactly.
No,
Griffin,
don't magic like the trading card.
Griffin,
game.
Please don't encourage the.
Wait.
Also, what's up, Charlie? Says never skin an ogre
nice.
before.
Thank you.
We will not have any Shrek.
I'm making waffles.
No Shrek apologists here.
The first one's phenomenal. You know what? It's basically the Hulk. Big green dude turned into a small, normal dude. It's basically the same story. The profanity Trust me, I haven't even started swearing yet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we get one per show, remember? And then we usually have
the
five.
big one.
Exactly. Yeah.
The big
One big one.
The one shit they say on TBS, okay?
Oh, is TBS our bar for entry right now?
I would certainly hope that we have a little more sway than TBS, Mike. I mean,
but they're
this
able
is Pastimes Comics and Games, located at entrance 8 of Golf Mill Mall at the intersection of Golf Road and Greenwood and Niles, Illinois. Dude, I did that to Zach, and
shite. Yes, we're British. I would love to. Johnny, you got to start saying shite more.
Wait.
Also, Griffin, are you from the UK?
You're not wrong
there
about
it is.
that.
Hell yeah.
Charlie, by the way. Hey.
Yeah, there's at least as much profanity in Shrek as there is in Immortal Hulk. You're probably right.
You know, they actually make some crude innuendo jokes in Shrek.
Yeah, and there's the body horror is kind of, they're you know, it's tough to tell, like, movie to movie it's about the same between Immortal Hulk. Johnny, I didn't like these Watchers. There's something about them that
it's pretty creepy.
Yeah, that put me off.
Yeah, they didn't really explain it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I feel like we're just getting kind of thrown into it, and clearly there's this shadowy organization that's keeping tabs on the Hulk.
Can you help me get this? So is this?
Oh, like the skull. Bring it up to the camera.
Okay. Well, first off, the skull is designed very strangely. I couldn't see where it starts and ends. It's kind of weird. But also, is that supposed to be Ross's head? Is that what they're implying?
Ross.
General Ross. Okay.
Oh.
I fought him, you see, when he was a Hulk, and when I found out the truth, it opened my eyes. Ross turned himself into the same kind of monster he was fighting. And then they're looking at, what is this thing then?
Was Ross not Langanowski, Alpha Flight dude, Gamma Flight?
No, Ross is General Ross.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry, too many names, Johnny. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry, I'm bad with Griffin's name too. I came with Brother Pokemon.
It's okay, Griffin. Just call him Tim or some shit. Nobody cares. Wait, remember there was a customer here like 2 weeks ago that called me not my name, but with such confidence. Like
it was so good, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, thanks for getting me my comics, Eric." And I was like, "My name's not Eric." And the funny thing, and I called him out on it like on the spot. I'm like, "Dude, we have the same name. How can you not remember my name?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, man." I mean, it was funny. Like, I have a rapport with the guy, so it wasn't like a total stranger, but it was just, like, he had a lot of audacity and confidence in his voice, is all I'm going to say.
Which, I mean, to be fair, like, that's all you need these days is, just confidently call somebody the wrong name.
And maybe I should have questioned it more myself. Like, whoa, wait. But then, like, my response was like,
Eric, no need to get bent out of shit. Man, just getting razzed. What does it feel like? Welcome to literally every episode of the show where the chat razzes me.
Star Wars movies. What do you want to know about them? What do you want to know? What I mean, episode 5 is
new segment. Ask Eric.
Shut. Where's that damn snickering? I swear to God, I'm hearing something.
Some rats in the walls. I
think there's rats in the walls.
We're gonna have to get it fumigated.
We're gonna fumigate the place. Okay, I'm fumigating right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some fumigating happening as we speak.
I think Empire Strikes Back is one of the best movies ever.
Empire Strikes Back, yeah.
Which ones are shit?
Shite.
It's not what I read or say. Autocorrect. Number 1 and 2 are both dog shit. Number 6, boy, you could edit it differently and make it a hell of a lot better and cut out about you could probably leave 1/3 of the movie and it would be a lot better if cutting out 2/3 of it.
At least once. I played the video game Empire Strikes Back far more times, probably than.
Wait, what are we agreeing on?
Empire Strikes Back as
one of the best movies ever.
Oh, wait, that was best movies ever? Oh, I was thinking Star Wars.
No, I think it's one of the best movies ever. I really do, because I think it's actually one of the best sequels ever. It's probably one of the first times, if not the first time in cinema, where it ends on a downer where the bad guys win.
I'm always for that. Hell yeah.
It's got a real... I've always thought this. What I think puts over the edge for me is it has probably the biggest bomb drop in movie history, and it came out in a time period where there was no
Yeah.
social media or spoilers. So like,
speaking of the WandaVision stuff, there's no like IMDb leaks about.
yeah, and I, you know, even though I wasn't alive when that happened, I really tried to take that into account and be like, that had to actually be really mind-blowing for a lot of people, because we've just grown up with the knowledge of like Darth Vader's Luke's father, right? Like, when did you learn that?
Well,
Like,
sorry, Griffin, if you haven't seen that one either. If you're going to see that this weekend as
yeah,
well.
right, well, the spoilers. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you even remember when you learned that? It's like part of culture here.
Yeah, exactly.
But at a point, it wasn't. So it changed culture. The original Star Wars changed cinema, and this is a sequel that, by all accounts, is even better. So,
Jeez.
yeah, page 573.
Something like that, yeah.
It's page 573, Mike. That's something like that.
We don't have a Harold Potter book here to confirm.
So, Immortal Hulk.
I like you, Griffin.
I don't like
Next
you either,
time you
Mike.
come in, say you're Griffin, and I'll not high five, but it'll be there.
Oh, you're trying to break. Now you're trying to break our quarantine rules, huh? Okay, I'll remember that. Alan, Mike doesn't follow the rules.
Don't make me tap the no high fiving sign again.
We got a sign for that now.
After the times that I kept breaking it, yeah, we had to.
You know, if you're high-fiving yourself, Mike, it's just called clapping. Oh, look at that. You know, I don't think he really likes you. I think he's just suckering you.
Exactly, yeah,
And
he's-
it's working. So
Yeah,
just remember, you're a sucker.
No, Griffin. Yeah, remind me.
he's
Next
not
time,
joking.
I'll go over here. I will dig into the Pokemon code card chest, and then I'll get a nice one for you. Something Champion's Path related. So Charlie, if you're booing now, wait till Monday, where we talk about who I had to beat up to get a Pokemon Happy Meal, and just to get the promo pack here.
Okay, basically the first issue in a nutshell is it's been established that Bruce Banner's back from the dead as Hulk, because there's been a lot of reports on him. So a group run by the government. What's the group there? Do they have a name? It's not.
I mean, they have the Shadow Base, but yeah, like
the Shadow Base. I can't remember what the name of their group is, but they're sending. They basically worked it out with the government to have the government send some Avengers to retrieve Hulk, and then they're going to give Hulk to the government, and the government's going to turn him over to this group. But the Avengers don't know about the part where the government's going to turn him over to the group. So that's basically the first half of the issue. Then the second half is this actual badass fight of this crew of Avengers, which is Black Panther, Ghost Rider, interesting, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and Captain Marvel fighting the Immortal Hulk. Mm-hmm. So, did you dig this?
And don't forget She-Hulk. Yeah, I mean, this next episode is
starts off with Jennifer.
So next issue, issue 7, is mostly just kind of a combat one, which always fine. There's some cool story beats that happen here and some cool pieces.
Cool cover.
Yeah. Alex Ross done it again.
And She-Hulk is amazing with the yellow eyes. I don't know. I mean, I know the Hulk does too, but they seem to pop a little more on her. Really like it.
They have to, they tracked him down. Saturday I'll be there, Griffith. But and they just kind of jump back into it. Cause we get to see at the beginning though, it's kind of a flashback to Immortal Hulk, just like ravaging through like a town, and just like destroying the place. Like they have like was it Code Green? It's kind of like their They talked about that more in the first 5 issues, but we dip back into it again of just like how much of a known quantity the Hulk is, and just like for just like the rampant destruction, almost like these like drunk benders that he goes on of just like creating havoc in a town, and people just having to kind of like live around it. So we've got the Avengers here, trying to subdue him as best they can, and brute force doesn't seem to be working no matter who they throw at it, even She-Hulk, but.
Yeah, he gets in like a lock with her, and then he distracts her by saying, like, basically, like, having her realize that like she is the same thing as him.
Yeah. The old "you're not so different, you and I" type
Yeah,
thing.
and then she gets like, it distracts her for a second, so he knocks her out, and then Tony uses this gun. What do they call it? The Perilous gun or something? Helios. The Helios gun. Helios. And, all the other Avengers, the whole issue were like, no, that's a last resort. We can't do it. And then he's like, last resort.
We haven't, like,
boom.
We haven't, like, gotten everybody out of, like, the blast radius.
Yeah, we find out that it's light. What kind of light was it?
It's UV radiation.
Yeah, it's UV, so it's not even really like a bomb. And it basically does this to, it turns Hulk back into this skeleton form of Banner, basically.
I mean, much like, how he only comes out at night, if there's, like, I guess the UV radiation from the sun.
Emulates
that's
sunlight.
What, exactly, yeah. He's a vampire.
Sunlight emulator.
He's a vampire now.
Yeah. Man, speaking of vampires, David Shook kind of spoiled. Man.
Can't go on.
David kind of spoiled something for me today, and I was like, oh. Interesting, and I'm really interested. I'm not upset about it. That's not what I mean by he spoiled it, but I don't care. Something about the Wolverine book involving a vampire, and I was like, really? So I'm kind of intrigued at how that gets
Wolverine
integrated.
is a vampire the whole time. Charlie says, like, Tom and Jerry when they get electrocuted and turn into their skeletons. Yeah, exactly.
Tom and Jerry is one of the best animated series of all time.
Who would win in a fight, Tom and Jerry or Batman from the animated series? All right, ranking. We got X-Men, Batman, Tom and Jerry for animated series.
The best? Okay, Tom and Jerry's third. I don't know what game you were trying to play there, but fail. And then it's okay. This is a really hard. It's hard. Okay, X-Men are my favorite.
Mm-hmm. But
Batman the animated series is the best animated series of all time. Okay, it's the best animated series. It holds up. Every bit of everything about it's amazing. The animation. What do you think? The voice acting. I mean, and it's X-Men's probably number 2.
Not enough Tom or Jerry, but yeah, it's up there.
I think it was comicbook.com a year or two ago. I mean, it was that recent. Did like a 64 cartoon bracket, and it did come down to Batman, X-Men. You know what was number 3?
Tom and Jerry.
No. I think this was a good choice. Gargoyles.
So that's what I haven't seen that since I was a kid. Like,
first two seasons are supposed to be a lot more adult than like.
Yeah, because it's the thing too of like it's a star-studded cast that like over my head because isn't it Nathan Fillion? Am I crazy? Who is the main gargoyle? Gary.
I know.
Goyle.
I just remember that Riker from Star Trek is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's all these like voice actors that were like over my head.
What's his name? I think it's Xanatos.
Thanos.
Thanos. That's right. Jim Brolin.
I know one of them is Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York?
Yeah, that's what he's named after.
You're gonna... Oh.
And then there's the Jonathan Frakes.
Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Did you ever watch that, Mike?
Yes.
Assimilate this.
I didn't realize who he was, but I used to love that as a kid too.
He was number 1.
There was some episodes that really just freaked me as a kid because they were talking about ghost stuff. So.
Dude, like I know what you're talking about. It freaked me out too, man.
The one where
heads I win, tails you lose.
The one where it was like a ghost was sitting on a bed and like they had like a shot of like a butt imprint on a bed because like a ghost was sitting there, and for some reason that just stuck in my mind since I was a kid.
Jim, I have and always shall be your friend. Jim. Yeah, I know he's weird. Can you believe I have to like? I don't mind it, but I'm stuck in a room with him. I mean, it's a big room.
Yeah, Charlie, I need to work through my ghost butt trauma on stream with you. So thanks for helping me through it.
Ghosts of the Past, starring Michael Kaiser.
Yeah, exactly.
John Werner. Does that make everybody feel better? Are we all now on the even playing field? John Werner. Okay. There you go.
Is the Hulk okay? I mean, I'm not okay.
Is that who you mean?
Of all the comic keepers I've ever met,
he was the most
troubled.
Yeah, Wait, are you the comic? Yeah, he's the comic keeper.
Yeah.
Am I? What?
But you read them. You read them. I keep them, but you actually know your stuff.
It depends. We both know. I've always said it. So I think you have a better grasp on modern than I do. Like you definitely, like week to week, you're more on top of that than I am. But
what's up, Griff Daddy? I assume Griffin from YouTube. But the Griff Daddy's in the house.
Wait, is there two Griffins, or is that the same one?
Same, but he's on Twitch now. He wanted to get less latency for our bad joke, so he could get right there when it first happens. That we go off the rails. Johnny, what issue number are we on? We still on 7? 7 of 10?
Yeah.
He gets punched.
No, we're on 6, dude.
No. For issue 1 was 6. This was issue 2.
I don't know. This is a variance. Yeah, it was. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
so we had
7.
Yeah, so spoilers. So they.
Yeah, now we are Charlie. 7 of 9. 7 of 10.
Nice. So, yeah, they turn the Hulk over, and then they're kind of just having this talk of, like, well, if we didn't do that, then you're going to kill multiple people. And then we see this doctor who's head of that shadow base. Mm-hmm. He's talking to the Hulk, but he's upside down, so you're like, I'm like,
did somebody misprint my issue right there?
Oh, no, Hulk's head's in the fucking jar. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Fucking jar.
Well, now, yeah. Now, well, to be fair, you're quoting it.
Yeah, if you're quoting me, and by you I mean me, myself.
Yeah, Griff, I'll be there all day. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you had a good time. Let us know, honestly, if you do catch up on the WandaVision, let us know what you think. Well, we're always interested to chat with folks about that. So, Johnny, what do you think about issue 7, where Hulk is in jars?
Yeah, pretty gruesome, man. I like it, man. And yeah, they're chopping him up with an adamantium blade and a hydraulic pressure thing. There's only 4 in the world,
and that's still having trouble cutting through it.
Pretty horror.
Yeah.
Comic, yeah. So
I mean, as they talked about, sounds good, man. Thanks for letting us know when you do.
Yeah, and then up here, they're realizing that Bruce went missing, and they're like, okay, this isn't good. We got to find him again because they don't like that the government clearly did something with him.
Yeah,
so
that the shadow base is like beyond the eyes and reach of the Avengers, even that living up to the name of they're just doing stuff in secret.
Yeah, and so then they get wind of the fact that that Miss Marvel is going to come looking for them. So they're like, we got to move the whole operation. And while they're having that argument, the Doctor's talking a bunch of smack to the Hulk. Did you like this?
I love the scene. Also, real quick, Alex in the chat. Alex, do your homework. Quiz time. Pop quiz.
The Hulk?
Who's in jars? We'll wait for his answer.
Who is the real Hulk?
That's a good question. Also, we kind of skipped over it, but they talk about how Lankowski no longer has
Sasquatch powers.
Yeah.
You ever had a Sasquatch beef jerky?
I have. I like beef jerky.
Oh, wait. Me too. This is a conversation we need to have right now. What's your favorite stick? I actually like Slim Jims a lot. I'm not saying they're my favorite, but they are a good choice. They're their own thing.
Yeah. I bounce around. Like, I'll, like, at Costco, they'll sometimes have, like, some, like, it's more like gourmet, like, exactly, this beef jerky is actually just grass. Like, it's so, interesting.
Grass-fed grass. All the vegans are happy.
Alex, we're buying you time to read the comic and tell us what you thought about it. Yeah, no, I dig the Jack Link's beef jerky. I'm not a fan of, like, just the hard beef jerky that's, like, I like a stick is where I'm going. Like, not just, like, the like...
It's a lot more hit and miss with the... sometimes it's too tough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
TUFF.
I'm not enough of a roughneck to actually enjoy. Like, I gotta work on like an oil rig for a bit to actually,
Did you just call yourself a redneck?
Roughneck.
I don't think that's what you said, Mike.
Do you need to look at my neck to confirm?
I mean, there's a red neck, a red Hulk, a green Hulk.
Spoilers.
There's no spoilers. What is that spoilers? There's no spoilers of that. Why is that spoilers? Explain yourself.
We get to see a red Hulk.
That's not a red Hulk. Are you kidding? Did you even read?
Is
your name Alex?
He's hulking and he's red, Johnny.
Alex, you're replacing Mike. Okay, because you guys are on equal playing field as how much of this book you've read.
Alex will just come on here and be like, there's a Hulk and he's immortal.
And I'll be like, you know what? Did a great job. You filled in just fine. Thank you. Oh man, so he's in jars. Mm-hmm. Okay, and this guy's talking smack at him, and he's smiling. I mean, the Hulk's smiling, and it's freaking dude out. He's like, I'm smiling, and then he's like, oh my God, you wanted us to experiment on you so that you knew how much you could take, like what you could do, what you were capable of. So then the Hulk, like, shatters the jars with the snap of one of his hands.
Thanosism.
And all the, like, his body, like, reforms itself by, like, it's really grotesque. I like it.
Yeah, because they figured out during experimenting that, like, he has, like, Wolverine-esque kind of, like, regenerative properties. So now that he knows that, he just busts all the jars at once, and, man.
Then he conveniently, basically, reforms around this guy. And, like...
Please.
Yeah, that's the one I liked. And he kills him.
Yeah, I mean...
And we get acknowledgement later that this is like the first time he's killed a person.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard to believe, considering we're like 600 issues into the Hulk.
And he's just like straight punching.
Kind of got to have a feeling that he's thrown a few cars that have killed a few innocent bystanders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like the Batman thing of, you punch dudes hard enough, eventually somebody's gonna get,
No, Chuck, I think this is like the biggest, deep dive on these kind of like immortal powers that he does have, because he doesn't die ever before this, but they never really explore it. So
and now it's kind of giving more like background to like some of these powers and like exploring them deeper. Like I ain't never seen no Hulk, Johnny, where he turns into a weird body horror monster like that.
Yeah, it's usually just like a Hulk face, then like a half Hulk, half Bruce Banner face, and then a Bruce Banner face, and you're like, oh, I get it, he gets transformed.
Yeah. More Animorphs, less Cronenberg.
Dude, if you could be any Animorph, what would you be?
One of those.
What would you animate?
Those blue alien ones. I forget what they're called.
What the fuck?
First off, that's our second one.
Yeah, bro, you deserve
second
this.
Off,
what are you talking about?
Those are like
they were real animals.
No,
it was like a kid who were like a little teenage girl.
Yes, but they were actually.
Oh my god, I can't believe at the age of 30 I have to Google Animorphs.
No, there's a name, Animorph Aliens.
But now you're talking a different series. You know, I'm sick of it. Look at Guy the Frog.
Yes, thank you, Alex.
Frog's a real
Alex
animal.
says the original Animorph. Correct. Thank you. Was the alien.
Reptilian.
No, they have a name. There's like a weird actual
Animorphs. It's on the top of the book. God, I haven't had to peek the mics in so long. This kid's haircut is so 90s, and he turns into a dog. Where's that snickering coming from?
It's the Animorphs in the walls.
Oh, it's the rats. They're animorphing into snickering noises.
Into blue aliens that have a name. But...
There is whoa, wait, what is this?
And then there's also
Animorphs the alien. It's this weird blue centaur thing.
Weird.
What is this?
Weird.
I've never heard of this.
That's gonna be me, Johnny.
Animorphs the alien. Mike, have you heard of this? This is neat.
I sold that book.
Creepy.
Sold that book online. Not that long ago.
His genes, Genes, are blue, but his genes.
I'm sure the genes,
Genes, are blue.
Probably blue too.
I just blew myself. That's from something.
Probably
Thank God.
Probably
Thank
Shrek.
God, the rats in the walls know.
Talking about Shrek again.
Donkey. I had 2 energy drinks today, and it's showing. And I didn't have any coffee for the first time in probably like 7 months.
Your genes are showing.
See, it's funny.
The tail has a sword on it, yes.
Because genes means your hair.
All right, so Alex, you didn't read the Immortal Hulk, but you read the Animorphs, so I'll allow it. I'll take that trade.
Wait. Alex, what the... What?
The man suggested.
Did you seriously just like drop some actual Animorph knowledge? Are you an Animorph historian?
He forgot what book he suggested for us for Thursday, so he's like,
Animorphs?
"Oh shoot!"
And by the grace of God, it's the issue that we brought up, and he was like, "Oh man, I think I didn't read the B one."
What did I suggest? I think it was Animorphs. Let me read that.
Do you think they say it's Animorphin time when they have to Animorph?
Probably not. I think they just Animorph and they can only do it like once per day.
Do you think it's painful?
And if they stick around too long...
Help me, this is...
Well, there's the one guy who he transforms into a bird and then he stays a bird longer than like 24 hours and he's stuck as the bird.
What the fuck are all these rules of Animorphs? I can't even contain myself right now, and the fact that you guys are all knowing them...
It's bias, thank you.
Really freaking me out.
It's a bias. Man, I think you're the only one here that doesn't know anything about...
Thank you, God.
It's like having to go and do...
Funke. Excuse me, Mr. Funky. It's Funke.
Man, we found a way to circle it back every moment that I leave.
Yes, that's
Is agony.
And now you're dropping the Simpsons references. That's
That's easy. That's just a T-ball for him.
Wait, really? Bees. Bees? Bees.
Johnny, we're so close. Hit me with that issue number 9.
I think that was only 7.
Who's this man with the ball and chain?
Well,
Johnny?
according to your expertise, it's the Red Hulk, Mike. So there you go.
Johnny,
now you get to defend yourself.
Johnny, what color is he?
Now you get to defend yourself.
What color is he, Johnny?
What brand of person is he?
What color is he?
Absorption or Hulk?
Well, what color?
Absorption or Hulk?
What color is he?
Absorption or Hulk?
What?
Absorption or Hulk?
Hulk, what color is he?
He's not a Hulk, Mike.
You get. We'll wait till the end.
What?
Red Skull. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, it's the Red Skull on the cover.
Charlie's answer's more right than yours.
Because it's red.
You're wrong.
Why does he have a ball and chain? Because when he first
because
transformed,
that's the life he chose,
he
man.
had a ball. Yeah, I do dig like the 1940s criminal style, just ball and chain around the ankle.
It's not around his ankle, Mike. It's around the Hulk's throat, and it's in the other guy's hand, clearly with a breaking point.
Nice pants.
He got out of prison. I like this book. Yeah, it opens with Iron Man kicking this guy's ass. Okay, the absorbing man. What's his name? Carl Creel or something?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's Carl Creel.
I was gonna say, yeah, good call. Carl Creel. CC.
That was almost as lucky as us talking about the Animorphs that Alex read this week.
Almost.
Oh, yeah, and then we see this.
Carl Weathers.
What? Carl Weathers. Dude, oh my God, dude, that line, I can't get the exact quote right, but when Tobias goes to throw away that bone, he's like, whoa, what you doing, baby? You take that home, you put it in a pot with some boiling water? Baby, you got yourself a stew. That's like the best line, man. Well, that was the happiest moment in George Michael's entire life. That is also funny.
And ours, it seems.
Baby, you got yourself a stew. Yeah, that shit's funny, man. Oh.
Can't escape all these Shrek quotes.
Man, Carl Weathers, dude. Rocky 4 plus Rocky 5 plus Rocky 2 equals Rocky 7.
Adrian's Revenge.
Let's get that one, Alex.
He did. I'm guarantee, as it's going, he's gonna say that.
So yeah, it opens with Bruce Banner stealing some pants from a hick and then getting shot and killed, and then then we get basically the Creel guy. After he was caught, he was sent to prison and
given an ultimatum of, hey, you want to help us out? Yeah,
the shadow-based people are like, yeah, you want some drugs? Well, that is what happens. They basically offer him drugs. Nice. Wait, did we talk about my tattoo yet with Alex? Have we talked about this? I'm just gonna show you the tattoo and let you respond, okay?
HLOW.
What is it, upside down for you guys? You can see what it is, man. You know what it is.
Don't make me get up.
I'd have to literally lay across 2 tables and knock over your monitor. So if you want me to do it, I'm going to.
First time.
What are you talking about? I've never laid on his monitor. It would be on the cameras. I just wanted to read some Immortal Hulk, okay?
Yeah. So did Alex, but here we are.
Yeah, well, only one of us ended up reading it, okay? And it wasn't Alex, so hate to call him out like that, but the truth is truth.
Take the blast, yeah.
Because I didn't say his last name. Betancourt. Wait, it's in the chat, though. I was like, how do I even know that? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's literally right there for the whole world to see. Okay.
Exactly. You can't Johnny can't dox you if you started it.
Yeah, we're just holding court with Alex. Betancourt. That's a nice name, actually.
I'm sorry.
Rolls off the tongue. Well, it does. Well, I can't compliment the guy's name. My God. They don't even know how to treat our customers right.
You gotta dox them.
When's the last time? No, we just established that he doxed himself. You just established that. Thank you. You're welcome. Man. You know, I'm not gonna lie. From here, I'm a little far. I thought the exclamation point was an I, and you called me Manny, and I was like, Manny. All right, that's cool. Thanks, Manny. No problem.
It's not Eric, so that's at least.
Yeah, it's not Eric. It's a step up. Yeah. Not that Eric's a bad dude, it's just my name's not Eric. Or Manny. Or Jonathan. I really hate when people do that. I know, it's a little clunky when you try to just Michael Kaiser. It's like I just went over a speed bump.
Good talk.
Plus... That's definitely automatically integrated into the daily, the daily talk. And Mike,
It's getting smothered over there.
You know who's gonna just jump on that, even though, it's gonna be.
Yep. Yeah.
Royce is definitely gonna start doing that with us, and I feel like
see.
she's not gonna know what the reference is, and I'm gonna dig it.
We'll have to
We'll have to just slide in. You know what? We'll get her doing it, and then we'll get her to read Immortal Hulk and see if she notices. That would be the way to do it.
Casually get her to read 7 issues of Immortal Hulk.
Yo, just try this for 6 issues and 4 pages, and just see if anything strikes your fancy.
Yeah. Speaking of striking fancy.
Yeah, look at him knocking his dude's head off.
Knocked his block
You know
off.
why he's able to do that? Because he's not a frickin' Hulk.
But what if he was given drugs, Johnny?
He'd probably need a drug dealer.
What if it's the
Like
government?
this guy, with a needle.
This hipster
Full of
with a
drugs.
needle, yeah.
Just a page every day. A page a day keeps Johnny at bay. You see, he does not respond when I actually say something that makes sense. It throws him off. It's like when Michael Scott says something logical, and Jim gives that look to the camera like,
Johnny, please, enough of the Shrek references.
okay. Mike just took this from fun to personal. So, Immortal Hulk, where he's been going this whole time, he's trying to head back home, and we find out home is...
The nuclear testing sites.
Wasn't it something like Delos? The actual location.
Delos Verdador.
Well, that was just...
I don't know, yeah. Can't all be winners, Johnny.
I want to find out where it is. They definitely say it. Oh my gosh, and they reference Rocky in here. I totally forgot about that. Rocky
It
4
all,
right
it all
here.
cycles back, yeah.
If he dies, he
He
dies.
dies.
He dies.
Yeah, so they gave Absorbing Man basically drugs to increase his powers, to help absorb gamma radiation.
Yeah, and so he's basically able to weaken the Hulk, but then he also absorbs out whatever it was that the Hulk absorbed from Sasquatch that was affecting him or infecting him.
Tanarak.
So
Hell
then
yeah.
he's in this weird hell. It's hell.
Yeah.
We find out.
Welcome, like the quote from the beginning, welcome to hell. But yeah, he's having a conference here with Tanarak, aka the One Below All.
I mean, as this is happening in this astral plane reality, I guess you could call it. Boom! In real life.
Let me
What do you
get
think
closer
of
to
that?
That's pretty good. I'm thinking about it.
It's pretty messed up, man.
Yeah. It's not good what happened there.
Bet he's got a splitting headache.
His head's fine.
His head is in 2 pieces.
His skin is,
All the way through to his torso.
His skull was fine. You can
Valid
see the
point.
skull, Johnny.
You were right.
Yeah, yeah.
Intact.
That is amazing. Now, now, Alex, imagine reading that and having that happen live.
10 points, Gryffindor.
Griffin left though.
Minus 10 points, Hufflepuff.
I always thought he'd be Hufflepuff.
Yeah, well, that's because you are.
The underdogs.
So the last issue, it's cool. It's a
Yeah.
lot of back and forth between the Absorbing Man, in hell, somewhere
Yeah,
else.
he's like phasing in and out of the reality there.
Yeah, and he's still fighting the Hulk somehow. So the Hulk starts absorbing some of his power back. This dude who can turn his hand into guns, is it random?
Yeah, bushwhacker.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that caught me off guard too. There was a second when I was reading it and I had to do a double take on that panel. I'm like, did they just mess up the coloring? And then I'm like, oh wait, no, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first when he shoots the hick in the beginning, or his
Yeah,
first appearance, when I reread the panel, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that wasn't the gun he pulled
yeah,
out.
exactly. That was him. He pulled himself out.
Okay.
I mean, it is a more mature Hulk, They don't
you
pull-
need some
they
therapy,
don't
Mike.
pull any punches.
So yeah, Hulk gets he rips that dude's spine off his body and basically beats the body with the spine. It's pretty pretty awesome
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. Again, we talked about this a little bit ago, but like, it's definitely one of the more mature like Marvel books that we've probably ever read, especially like modern stuff. Like, usually we wouldn't expect it to be this gruesome or.
I gotta say though, the Avengers Disassembled that I read was definitely adult. Like, I was actually surprised.
In terms of like, but I mean, is it this kind of like graphic, or is it more like just like
it wasn't this graphic, but things of consequence happened, and I was like, oh. I mean, we're rolling with that. Okay.
Hell, like issue 1 of Immortal Hulk, that girl gets shot in the convenience store, and like it's like, whoa, this is how we're gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely more, but it's good. It's all good.
It is all good. At least the first 10 issues.
So
Hulk gets shot in the eye,
and then we're finding out about this green door, which I'm sure they dive deeper into it and explain it better, but from what I'm understanding, something with like when his original gamma radiation accident happened, it like opened this green door.
It was almost like a big bang that set off this second dimension, and that's been like in the background since the beginning. There's been talk of people mentioning the green door, going back to the green door, and like you said, he found it at the original nuclear testing site. And he made his way there and is trying to trigger it.
And he's saying that this absorbing man is going to go to where the green door was, and by absorbing that gamma, it's going to open the door all the way to this other portal. And that is basically ends up being what happens. Is the guy gets there before Hulk realizes it, and the green door opens, and then we see everybody is now in the same world that absorbing man was in. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what's going on? Where are we?
Where are we, Johnny?
And Hulk's like, where are we? Isn't it obvious? Where we've always been. Where everybody's always been. Welcome to hell.
Welcome to heck.
It's a pretty creepy,
Yeah, no, it's a good... If you follow us on Instagram, you saw that page yesterday. Hell yeah.
Immortal Hulk.
There it is. Series ended great. They got to hell like they wanted to, and then they ended.
Probably 10 out of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just said it.
Probably said probably.
You're right.
I need to land on this, Johnny. Where are we at?
It's that good, man. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Especially for a modern book, it's got me captivated.
Yeah,
Straight up captivated.
I don't think I could go that high on it, but definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. Like just the different story beats of Hulk reassembling himself from the jars was great. That absorbing man, like basically Mortal Kombat fatality that gets done on him, and then like the revelations that happen right out at the end here too. Yeah. Charlie says rock solid. I give it a 9. Man, weird. Alex says, man, I definitely need to read these. Yep, suggested them, but yeah, you should probably read those ones. And by these I mean all 42. Animorphs books. They're pretty solid. I don't know if there's as much body horror, but they definitely are up there. So
it's phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I mean they turn into animals, which is pretty cool. And then there's that one guy who gets stuck. So yeah, definitely worth a read. So Johnny, that wraps up Immortal Hulk. You had a suggestion for next week. Although in the meantime, anybody in the chat, if they have any suggestions for what else Johnny and I should read for next Thursday, Johnny has one of his own suggestions that you mentioned at the top there.
Yeah, I really think we should if we're trying to stay in the WandaVision stuff. We got Avengers Disassembled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it covers Avengers 500, 501, 502, 503, and then Avengers Finale. It's those 5 issues. Mm-hmm. So it's collected in a trade and in a hardcover. Both are out of print. I read it today, and it's fine. It's a good jumping on point.
Yeah, because Charlie says, I was wondering if that's a good jumping on point.
It works.
Yeah.
And it definitely, if you're watching WandaVision, I gotta think they're gonna take some stuff from here, for sure. Like,
you mentioned that it's what leads into a lot of the House of M stuff, which is obviously where this. Yeah,
because I want to read House of M, but you're supposed to read this first. So it's those Avengers issues, Avengers Finale, and then New Avengers kicks off. And I think you just have to read the first 10 issues of New Avengers before you can read House of M. Mm-hmm. And then it's also congruent with Uncanny X-Men starting at issue 4 44, I think. Yeah, because issue 462 of Uncanny X-Men leads into House of M for them because it affects both storylines.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to read. See, I don't know if I want to jump into X-Men there, but
Yeah, I know that. I know you've got
that ruins everything. Yeah. So, but I feel like if I read House of M, it's going to ruin something for me.
Yeah. I mean, that's
seems inevitable.
Yeah. But at least Avengers assembled for
Disassembled.
That's right.
The literal opposite.
I'm over here reading Animorphs again for next week, like Alex.
It's showing.
Yeah. Any other suggestions in the chat? Charlie seems to be on board for the Avengers Disassembled.
Yeah, like I'm very adamant that I want to reread it, even after like literally reading it today. It was really good.
There seems to be a good chunk of Doctor Strange in that, so I'm always down for that.
Yes, which also I think, in my opinion, I've said earlier, like I'm not.
Ooh.
I have no spoilers, but
Johnny has some opinions on that. Bit unrelated.
yes,
have you guys ever
actually,
read the Punisher Max series?
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's the first Punisher Max, which is. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me 1 second. No, I read Marvel Knights Punisher by Ennis, which is issues 1 through 12, and I loved that. Also, yeah, Charlie,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a soon thing. I definitely am on board
that's
with you
on our
on
short
that.
list.
Yeah, that can happen
beginning.
soon, and we definitely have copies of that here in the store, so we can make that happen.
Yeah, that's a classic. I know that we're just trying to, strike while the iron's hot a little bit, and also for our own knowledge of the getting into more
Yeah,
of the...
I definitely want to know this WandaVision stuff before the series ends. I don't want the show to spoil stuff that I later find out in the book would have been a good reveal in the book.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? What was I just saying though?
Punisher Max.
Oh
Versus
yeah. So So
Marvel
the way it
Knights.
goes is Garth Ennis writes Marvel Knights Punisher 1 through 12. I love that, and then there's a second series that is, I want to say just 17 issues or something like that by him. I got through most of that and liked it, but that's like a almost lighthearted take on the Punisher. Like, not lighthearted like it's serious, but like, he never runs out of ammunition. He's like, there's some quips in it. But then Garth Ennis launches Punisher Max, which I read the first. There's a 5-issue prelude. I can't remember the name of it. I read that, and then I read the first 6 issues. It's real serious.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like the more gritty and realistic.
Yeah, I don't know if I liked it, which is kind of why I stopped.
Yeah.
It's really
too much.
It just wasn't fun. But it's not meant to be. So
Sure. That's always the thing with the Punisher is
it's
where do you lean
it's
on that?
grittier than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty serious.
Yeah, because the Max line was Marvel's take on
adult.
sex, drugs, rock and roll, all that violence and swearing.
Punisher Reborn?
Yes, I do think that was.
Vietnam?
Yes, it is Punisher Reborn. Yeah, yes. Yeah, so it's the 5-part series Punisher Reborn, and that leads into the Punisher Max series. So I read Reborn and then the first arc of Max, where he ends up facing off with, who's the computer guy who's his friend?
Micro.
Did you read that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's it's not joyous. It's very serious. So, I would read it though, but I would definitely want to reread the Marvel Knights after as a palate cleanser.
Who is what, Charlie? Micro or?
Yeah, Micro's his friend who's his.
Yeah, he's
the
I
guy
guess
in the
he's
chair.
he's like the Oracle type,
Yeah.
he's just like the hacker man of to Punisher. If Punisher can't solve a problem with guns, he needs to talk to somebody else.
Yeah, that's my opinion on Punisher Max.
Yep. So definitely something that we could put on the short list.
I think I
here.
definitely suggested it at one point.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. We definitely back and forth.
Well,
I think
we have all the trades here of it.
Exactly. Yeah, we've definitely have Punisher ready to go, and I know Johnny has definitely more opinions on which ones we should start with. So I'm definitely down for Punisher down the line too, Alex, if you want. But maybe for next week, just the Avengers Disassembled run. You said it was what? It was Avengers 500 to...
Yeah, 500 to 503, and then
And
Avengers
then-
finale, which is what comes after, and then that's the first time they end the Avengers initial
Yeah.
numbering run.
Legacy numbering.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm definitely
Yeah, it
down
was
for that.
good, man. And
Yeah.
it's really cool. What I will say about it, because this isn't spoilers, is it. So it's written by Bendis, Brian
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bendis.
BMB.
For sure, that guy definitely did his Marvel homework and integrated a lot of the history into it. I thought phenomenal. So there we go.
Tom King did similar, but
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
shocked at how much I like that after hating
Envision,
Mr.
yeah,
Miracle.
yeah, exactly.
Like, it's literally the worst book I've ever read. I can't shit on that book enough. I hate Mr. Miracle.
I can't shite on it enough.
No, it's the worst. Like, I'm not the worst comic book. It was the worst book I've ever read. I've thought about this. It was the worst book I've ever frickin' read, man. It sucked. It was painful, and we had to review it for 2 hours. Literally the worst 2 hours I've ever spent with you.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I like Alex says, I would like to know more about these disassembled Avengers.
I'd read it, man.
Too. Yeah, I'm used to, they always say Avengers assemble. How come they disassemble now?
There is some reasoning. I could tell you all about it, but you'd probably want to just read it yourself.
That's true. All right, Alex, we're definitely... Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the sauce of spam ads being put in the chat there. Yeah, no, Alex, I'm definitely... Do your homework this time. Remember, it's it's Avengers Disassembled, not Animorphs book 1 through 5. So, although if you want to, you can throw down more info about those blue centaur aliens. But yeah, I think that might just about do it. Johnny, anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Other than you're gonna stay up till what 2 a.m. To watch WandaVision episode 6.
Well, yeah, technically I'll be up till like 2:30 because this show launches at 2. So yeah.
You're gonna wait for it to be uploaded, and then you're like, all right, that's it. I can go to bed now. Not that I know that it made it to it made it
The
safe.
world is safe.
It made it safely to Disney Plus. I can go to sleep now. Yeah.
Sleep easier knowing that everybody else can watch
Yeah.
WandaVision. No, I will
Thank God.
definitely be, because it's just I'd have to avoid going on my phone tomorrow morning. And I'm just not gonna do that.
That's in part two why I try to steer off my phone until I get to go home and watch it too. But yeah, so we're gonna be able to watch WandaVision number 6 and then talk about Avengers Disassembled next Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time here in the Comics Corner again. Thank you everybody for coming on out. Thanks for chatting. Charlie, Alex, Griffin, everybody in the chat, everybody in our live studio audience as well.
Rats in the wall. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. 2:01 a.m. bedtime. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, we're all gonna go to bed at 2:01. So yeah, thank you to
West Coast time.
to the spammers in chat as well. I'll hit you up for those increase in our viewers. But until then, we'll see you guys next Thursday. Thanks everybody for coming out, and remember, not all heroes wear capes.